Welcome back today. We have these incredibly rare and valuable coins to talk about, all of which are highly sought after in the auction market today. We'll start by discussing the George Washington gold-plated $1 coin and then move on to the next gold-plated $1 coins that have seen dramatic increases in their auction value in recent years. Let's get started. The George Washington $1 coin, gold-plated and minted to commemorate the first president of the United States, is not just a symbol of America's early history, but also a coin of considerable value in today's collector market. This coin represents more than just the likeness of one of the most iconic figures in American history. It also represents the intersection of art, history, and numismatic value. It has become a highly desirable collector's item, especially in its circulated condition. When you look at this coin, you are not just seeing a president's portrait. You are seeing the story of a nation, its struggles, its triumphs, and the legacy of George Washington himself. George Washington, the first president of the United States from 1789 to 1797, remains one of the most revered figures in American history. His leadership during the American Revolutionary War and his crucial role in the formation of the United States Constitution make him an eternal symbol of the country's democratic ideals. The gold-plated George Washington $1 coin was struck as part of a series of presidential commemorative coins, a way to celebrate each president's contributions to the country. The coin is adorned with an image of George Washington's profile, a reminder of his legacy as the founding father of the nation. His portrait, etched in fine detail, features Washington facing left, a design taken from an original portrait by artist Gilbert Stuart, which has become iconic worldwide. What makes this coin so remarkable in the collector's market today is its scarcity and the fact that it was issued as part of a limited edition series. Although a larger quantity of these coins was minted, very few remain in pristine circulated condition, adding to their rarity and value. When you compare this coin to the raw gold or standard circulating coins, you can see a distinct difference in both the quality of design and the historical significance it holds. Gold plating, while enhancing the aesthetic appeal of the coin, does not necessarily add to the inherent value of the coin's metal content. However, it does play a huge role in increasing its collector demand. It's an enhancement that provides a shine and luster that catches the eye, making it much more attractive for display purposes. The current auction market for this gold-plated George Washington $1 coin has seen substantial growth. Circulated coins, in particular, have seen an astronomical increase in value in recent years, sometimes reaching auction prices well above $200,000. The scarcity of circulated examples, combined with the historical importance of George Washington's image on the coin, is one of the driving factors behind these skyrocketing values. Additionally, the condition of the coin can affect its market price significantly. Coins with less wear, clear detailing, and the original gold-plated finish still intact command higher prices, sometimes pushing the value well into the six-figure range. As more collectors seek to acquire rare and historically significant coins, the demand for George Washington $1 coins in circulated condition continues to rise. Market interest in this coin has also been driven by the growing appreciation for historical memorabilia and items linked to key moments in American history. For collectors, it's not just a coin, it's a piece of America's story. While some errors or variations exist in the coin's design, it is the attention to the coin's historical context and the quality of craftsmanship that has earned it a prominent place in collectors' hearts and investment portfolios. Whether a seasoned numismatist or a novice collector, the allure of owning a piece of history like this George Washington $1 coin makes it an irresistible addition to any collection. Now, let's shift our focus to another incredibly significant coin, the Abraham Lincoln gold-plated $1 coin. This coin commemorates the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, whose leadership through one of the country's darkest times, the Civil War, has cemented his place in American history. The Abraham Lincoln gold-plated $1 coin, like its George Washington counterpart, is a product of the U.S. Mint's presidential coin series, which sought to honor each president's legacy. Abraham Lincoln, a figure known for his wisdom, moral integrity, and leadership, was depicted on this coin in a beautifully detailed design that has captivated coin collectors for years. Lincoln's presidency was defined by his commitment to preserving the Union during the Civil War and by his Emancipation Proclamation, which sought to free enslaved people in the Southern states. His image, now synonymous with American ideals of liberty and justice, is seen on countless coins, monuments, and pieces of memorabilia. The gold-plated Abraham Lincoln. $1 coin was created as a tribute to his legacy, and its value has only grown over time, especially in fine condition. Coins like this one reflect the monumental role that Lincoln played in shaping the nation during a period of intense social and political change. This gold-plated coin features an exquisite image of Abraham Lincoln, capturing the likeness of the president in a manner that reflects his leadership and dignity. The design of this coin was carefully crafted to reflect Lincoln's profile and the texture of his facial features, adding depth and realism to the coin. The background of the coin is often engraved with symbols of the nation's unity, a nod to Lincoln's efforts to preserve the Union. The reverse side typically bears the presidential seal or another symbol of the U.S. Mint, completing the coin's overall design. What makes this coin so sought after by collectors is not just its connection to a beloved president, but also its rarity and the historical significance that accompanies its release. Much like the Washington coin, the Lincoln gold-plated coin was issued in a limited edition. Although many of these coins were minted, the vast majority of them were either melted down, lost, or found their way into circulation, leading to a significant reduction in the number of coins available in fine condition. Fine condition coins, which show minimal wear and retain the clarity of the original design, are in particularly high demand today, with some selling for prices that exceed $250,000 at auction. This coin, with its gold plating, shines brightly in any collection, making it a favorite among those who appreciate not only the beauty of coins, but also their connection to important figures in history. Gold plating, while not inherently adding to the intrinsic value of the coin's metal, certainly adds to its appeal and the visual impact. With this, the coin becomes more than just a piece of currency. It becomes a treasure, a symbol of the nation's respect for Lincoln and what he stood for. As with the George Washington coin, the value of the Abraham Lincoln gold-plated $1 coin, in fine condition, is heavily influenced by its scarcity, condition, and the immense collector interest it generates. The historical context surrounding Lincoln's presidency, particularly the Civil War and his role in the abolition of slavery, has only increased the interest in items related to his life. As auction prices continue to soar, it is clear that the market for presidential coins, particularly those featuring such iconic figures as Washington and Lincoln, remains strong. In the world of numismatics, collectors place high value on the preservation of these coins. Coins in fine condition, meaning they show minimal signs of wear, are highly sought after because they retain the most detail of the original design. Any wear, fading, or tarnish reduces the value significantly. As such, the Lincoln $1 coin, particularly those in gold-plated fine condition, is seen as a wise investment for those looking to diversify their collection with historically significant and highly valuable pieces. If you are lucky enough to own one of these coins, you're not just holding a piece of U.S. history. You are holding a significant investment that has the potential to grow in value as time passes. As with many collectible coins, there are errors and variations that make certain versions of the Lincoln gold-plated $1 coin even more desirable. Coins with unique minting flaws or design inconsistencies can fetch much higher prices than their counterparts. Some collectors even specialize in seeking out these coins with errors, as they represent a fascinating aspect of coin production history. These error coins, while rare, can reach auction prices well beyond $250,000 depending on their uniqueness. Next up, we have the United States gold-plated $1 coin featuring John Adams, the second president of the United States, who served from 1797 to 1801. This coin stands as a testament to both the legacy of Adams himself and the artistry of coin design. While it may not be a gold coin in the traditional sense, its gold-plated surface gives it a distinct and prestigious appearance that draws collectors. The John Adams coin was part of the presidential series issued by the United States Mint, which began with George Washington and continued through the years as a way to honor the great leaders of the country. However, this gold-plated edition stands out due to its sheer rarity and its historical context, marking an important moment in American history. Now, let's explore the specifics of the coin in greater detail. The John Adams $1 coin was first minted in 2007, following the tradition set by the presidential dollar coin series. These coins were designed to honor the contributions of each president in a very specific way. The obverse side of the coin features a detailed and striking portrait of John Adams, reflecting the dignity and seriousness that he brought to the office of president. He's shown facing to the left, with an expression that exudes a sense of resolve and wisdom. Above his head is the inscription, John Adams, and below his portrait, you'll find the dates of his presidency, 1797 to 1801. On the reverse side, as with all the coins in the presidential series, is a depiction of the Statue of Liberty, surrounded by the traditional inscriptions of United States of America and A Pluribus Unum. What makes this coin even more intriguing is the fact that it's gold-plated. While the actual coin is made from a base metal of copper, manganese, and brass, the gold plating gives it a beautiful finish, which significantly enhances its aesthetic appeal. The gold-plated surface reflects light in such a way that the coin almost seems to glow, adding a layer of prestige to its already rich historical context. In terms of mintage, the John Adams gold-plated $1 coin is relatively rare, especially in circulated condition. The total mintage for this coin was initially set at several million units, but the gold-plated versions were produced in far fewer quantities, making them much harder to come by on the market today. While many coins from the presidential series were produced in large numbers and may not have a high value, the gold-plated John Adams coin stands out due to the rarity of the gold-plated versions. When it comes to market value, you might be surprised at how much this seemingly modest coin can fetch at auction. Despite being relatively recent, the value of the John Adams gold-plated $1 coin in circulated condition has skyrocketed. While common uncirculated versions might fetch somewhere in the range of $100 to $500, the gold-plated version has been known to sell for upwards of $100,000 in certain auction markets. This is primarily due to its rarity, its historical significance, and the demand among collectors who are looking for unique and limited edition pieces. Additionally, like many collectible coins, the John Adams gold-plated dollar also attracts a significant amount of interest due to errors that occasionally appear in production. These errors might include misprints, where the date or inscription is slightly off-center, or there could be issues with the plating itself. Coins with such errors, particularly those that are well-preserved and in a high-grade condition, can fetch even higher prices. In some instances, the market value of these error coins has been known to exceed even the standard gold-plated version by a substantial margin. So if you're lucky enough to come across an error coin, the potential value could be far higher than most expect. The John Adams coin has a unique place in American coinage history. While it doesn't have the same long-standing presence as older coins, its relatively recent introduction and the innovative gold plating feature have made it highly desirable among collectors. The combination of its historical significance, the prestige of having a coin from the presidential series, and the scarcity of the gold-plated versions have all contributed to its sky-high value in today's collector market. For anyone looking to add a remarkable piece to their collection, this gold-plated John Adams coin is certainly one to keep an eye on. Next up, we have another incredible gold-plated $1 coin, this time honoring Grover Cleveland, the 22nd President of the United States. Cleveland served two non-consecutive terms, first from 1885 to 1889, and then from 1893 to 1897. His presidency is often remembered for his commitment to political reform and his efforts to reduce corruption in the government. This coin captures the spirit of Cleveland's era and legacy while showcasing the skill of the U.S. Mint in creating high-quality commemorative coins. The Grover Cleveland $1 gold-plated coin was released as part of the same presidential dollar coin series that included the John Adams coin, but it carries its own special significance. The obverse side of the coin features a portrait of Cleveland, crafted with great care and attention to detail. Cleveland's facial features are sharp, and his expression is both dignified and reflective, much like the man himself. Above the portrait are the words, Grover Cleveland, with the dates of his presidency, 1885 to 1889, displayed below. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll once again see the familiar image of the Statue of Liberty, which has become synonymous with the presidential dollar coin series, along with the standard inscriptions of United States of America and E pluribus unum. The coin's reverse is identical to that of other presidential coins in the series. What truly sets this coin apart is its historical context and the way it represents a pivotal moment in American politics. Grover Cleveland was a complex figure, a man who fought to reduce the power of political machines and advocated for limited government intervention in the economy. His second term, in particular, was marked by significant struggles, including the Panic of 1893, one of the most severe economic depressions in American history. Cleveland's insistence on the gold standard and his vetoes against high tariffs earned him respect from many, but also made him a controversial figure during his time. To this day, Cleveland is often regarded as a president who stood firm in the face of adversity and remained dedicated to his principles, even when they were unpopular. As with the John Adams coin, the gold-plated version of the Grover Cleveland dollar is made from a base metal but is coated in a layer of gold, giving it a beautiful, luxurious look. The gold plating not only enhances the coin's aesthetic, but also increases its appeal among collectors, particularly those who specialize in gold-plated commemorative coins. The coin's design and finish are impeccable, with the portrait of Cleveland appearing almost lifelike in its depth and detail. The bright gold hue catches the light and adds to the sense of value that this coin represents. Mintage for the Grover Cleveland gold-plated dollar coin was set at several million units, though much like the John Adams coin, the gold-plated versions were minted in smaller quantities. This has made the gold-plated Grover Cleveland coin a relatively rare find, particularly in fine condition. In general, the finer the condition of the coin, the higher its market value. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal signs of wear and tear, can fetch impressive amounts at auction. In fact, the market value for the gold-plated Grover Cleveland $1 coin in fine condition has been known to reach a staggering $100,000 or more, depending on the specific auction and the interest generated by potential buyers. The rarity of this coin, combined with its historical importance, makes it an incredibly desirable piece for collectors. The fact that it honors one of the more unique presidencies in American history adds to the coin's allure. Cleveland's two terms are a reminder of the shifting political landscape in America, and owning a coin that commemorates his leadership is seen as a valuable asset for any serious collector. Similar to the John Adams coin, the Grover Cleveland gold-plated dollar coin is also subject to errors in minting, which can significantly increase its value. For example, there may be slight imperfections in the gold plating, or there could be variations in the minting process that result in unique and rare errors. Collectors are often willing to pay a premium for such coins, particularly if the error is unusual and adds to the coin's intrigue. These errors can drive the market value well beyond the typical price range, sometimes even pushing the coin's worth into six figures. In conclusion, the gold-plated Grover Cleveland $1 coin is not just a beautiful piece of coinage, but also a symbol of a unique and important period in American history. With its exquisite design, historical significance, and the rarity of its gold-plated versions, it's no wonder that this coin commands such high prices in today's auction market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, this coin is sure to be a valuable addition to any collection. Next up, we have a truly fascinating piece, the United States gold-plated $1 James K. Polk coin. James K. Polk, the 11th President of the United States, served from 1845 to 1849, and his time in office is remembered for his ambitious policies and significant historical events that shaped the nation. From the annexation of Texas to the war with Mexico, Polk's leadership was pivotal in the expansion of the United States. The James K. Polk gold-plated $1 coin, though not part of the standard U.S. minting process, was released as part of a commemorative series intended to honor U.S. presidents. These coins were never meant for circulation and were instead created as a tribute to the legacy of each president. The gold plating was done on a standard $1 coin, which gives it a luxurious and historical feel. although it's important to note that the underlying coin is not made of solid gold. The gold plating is thin, offering a golden hue, but not the intrinsic value of solid gold. What makes this coin unique is not just the gold plating, but the fine condition in which it exists. The term fine in numismatics refers to coins that exhibit some signs of wear, but are still in relatively good shape. The James K. Polk coin in fine condition means it has been well preserved, with only light wear visible on the surface, ensuring that much of the design detail remains intact. In the world of numismatics, condition is everything, especially when it comes to commemorative coins that were not originally minted for circulation. Historically, the James K. Polk coin carries substantial weight due to Polk's tenure as a transformative president. His policies significantly shaped the U.S. during a period of intense growth and territorial expansion. Polk's role in the annexation of Texas and the acquisition of California after the Mexican-American War not only expanded the United States, but also added to its economic might. These events still echo in today's political and historical discussions, making anything related to James K. Polk of great interest to collectors. The coin's design is simple, yet elegant, featuring a portrait of James K. Polk on the obverse, with a calm yet determined expression, a look befitting a leader who was not afraid to take bold actions. On the reverse, the coin features a depiction of the U.S. Capitol, a symbol of the nation's governance. While the design is relatively straightforward, it carries with it the legacy of a president who significantly impacted U.S. history. In terms of mintage, this particular gold-plated coin was part of a limited run. Like most commemorative coins, only a select number were produced, adding to its rarity. While the exact mintage figures are not always easily accessible, it's estimated that only a few 100,000 of these coins were ever made, making them not particularly common but certainly not as rare as some of the U.S. Mint's other historical commemoratives. The real value of this coin lies in its collector appeal. While it's not made from precious metals, the fact that it was gold-plated adds to its desirability, especially among collectors of presidential coins. As an item of historical significance, this coin has only grown in value over the years. Many collectors view such coins as an investment, something they can hold on to while also celebrating a period in American history that paved the way for modern-day America. Auctions for this particular coin have seen it reach figures upwards of $100,000, depending on the condition and any unique errors or features it may possess. One such error is the possibility of a misstrike or a doubled die, which occurs when the design is stamped more than once, leading to overlapping or blurry features. These types of errors are always in demand among collectors, as they can make a coin even rarer and more valuable. In some cases, a small number of James K. Polk coins may have been affected by this type of minting flaw, which only increases their value on the auction market. The collector interest in this coin is strong not only because of its association with James K. Polk, but also because of the broader appeal of presidential coins. The series of gold-plated $1 coins celebrating U.S. presidents has attracted interest from collectors worldwide, many of whom view it as a way to honor the country's rich political history. The Polk coin, due to its limited mintage, gold plating, and historical significance, has become a must-have for serious collectors, which only fuels its market value. In today's auction market, especially when considering the fine condition, this coin could easily fetch anywhere from $100,000 to $150,000, depending on demand. Coins with a provenance that includes important historical figures such as James K. Polk often carry a premium price tag. And as time passes, these coins continue to gain in value due to both their historical and numismatic significance.